is you've done a 5-day course in-house, you've done online training on and off for a period of years, you've done a 4-week intensive course, and then from that you've then done a sort of shadowing a tech for a period of time. So that's pretty much ticked all the boxes of training.
Every way of getting into it, yeah.
Today I'm chatting with Tom Hammond about his journey learning paintless dent removal. Now Tom's done it all from a 5-day course to online training, a 4-week course, and also shadowing an existing tech. So in this interview I'm asking him a few questions, getting his thoughts and advice on the various different ways you can get started in this great industry that is paintless dent removal. I really hope you enjoyed the video and find it useful. If you do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel. That not only lets you know about every video release we do, but it really helps my channel grow as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this one. I'll roll the interview now, but if you've got any comments, any questions, do pop them directly below this video here on YouTube. I do come back and answer every comment I get. But that's enough for me for now, so let's roll that interview. We'll start at the beginning and ask you, how did you first discover PDR?
Is when I first started working in a body shop as an apprentice in 2017. And there's this guy that came in with a little bag of rods and the glue kit as well. It was like a Porsche body shop. And I remember just seeing him come in, sticking a glue tab on a C-post and just pulling this dent out and tapping it around. And off he went again. And I was amazed by it. We had another guy as well that came in. He pretty much just had one rod and a line board. That's what I saw him with. And he used to come in as well and just massage the dents out. And everybody said, that's what you want to get into. That's where the money is. And it kind of drummed it into my head early on. That's what I eventually wanted to get into. But it just took me a little while to get going.
Yeah, well, that's interesting straight away. It's a similar story to myself in terms of working in the body shop and then seeing these PDR techs come in, do a little dent like magic and then disappear again. It's kind of what I think gets a lot of us hooked into it.
Back then it was like 50 quid or 60 quid. He's earned what I'd earned in a day in probably 5-10 minutes, and off he went. Tools in the back of a little car. And
yeah, upsetting at the moment, or at the time, but then inspiring as well to see, sort of give you ideas as to where to sort of head with it all. What was tell us a little bit about your experience when you first went from the body shop to then deciding, actually, I'm going to learn this with your training?
So it's through work. They put me in touch with this place, and I went on the 5-day training course, and it was pretty basic. We sort of got there, and there was a bonnet on a panel, and it was like a fluorescent tube light with like a pinstripe on it. And they sort of just said, right, when this is pinching together, it's high, and when it kind of bulges out, it's low. So then they had me putting like little X's on the panel and just pushing it high, tapping it low. And then from there onwards, after lunchtime, it was pretty much, right, this is how you access a wing panel. This is how you access a door panel. This is how you get behind bracing. This is what happens when you come across sound deadening. Just quite basic stuff. Knowing what I thought, it was quite good training, but knowing what I know now, it was very, very limited. And with that, I didn't have the skills to go and even practice it and stuff, because it was just so basic.
And was all that on the first day that you learnt the fluorescent sort of tubing and access points and things like that, or was that over the 5-day period?
So within lunch, after lunchtime on the first day, was pretty much just straight on the car.
Right, okay. Yeah. And then you were doing different training on the different days for the rest of the week?
Yeah, and then the last day was glue pulling.
Right, okay. So yeah, it's a lot to pack in, because as you know, I did a 5-day sort of course back in the day as well. And it's a lot to pack in. And as you say, now that you've got a bit more experience in it, you can see just how involved it is trying to do it all in 5 days, or at least absorb that information. So then after that, you sort of went away and practiced a little bit by yourself?
Yeah, the trainer there was a really old school guy, and he sort of said, don't worry about any of these tools. All of his tools were just bits of metal he'd bent himself. So I kind of tried the same thing, made some rods, and just had a little practice. But at the same kind of time as doing that course, it was about a month after that, I started my own smart repair business, with the idea being that I would use the dent removal process that I'd learned to get the panels nearly there, and then fill and paint them, and eventually be able to get the dent out without having to fill and paint it. But it didn't quite go that way, because you get so busy and you're so frustrating trying to learn, and you're trying to earn money at the same time. So I just got a pin puller, to be honest with you. I just welded it onto the panel, pulled it out, filled it, and job done. And then the paintless dent removal pretty much went on the back burner for another year until I joined LPO.
Right. Okay. I guess that pin puller is sort of it's very similar to the glue pull and slide hammer, just for those that don't know. But from a paintless dent repair point of view, it's the opposite, isn't it? Because you're grinding and welding the pin puller to it and doing it. But it's a great bit of kit in a body shop. Just makes PDR techs eyes water.
When you see a dent that can be PDR'd and someone taking a grinder to it, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? But that was me back then.
Yeah, of course. That's the thing. Or even back in my panel beating days as well, you're grinding stuff down, sanding, welding, and all the rest of it. So you joined LPO, like I say, back in 2019. And how did you find that kind of experience from you've done your 5-day course, you've had a go at practicing by yourself on your own sort of tools, and then trying to learn it online. Tell us a little bit about how you found that experience, just in general, the online training.
Well, at first, it was you didn't have the membership thing. It was kind of just like the basic training, wasn't it?
True.
I remember speaking to you as well and saying, well, I don't know if I need the basic training, because I already thought I knew the basics. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the shot and pay for the basic training. And then I realised I didn't know the basics.
Well, that's interesting straight away. So just in the basic course that we used to do, which is still, there's an updated version of it within the membership. But yeah, you're right. Back when we first started off, it was just a training course as opposed to the full membership tutorials forum that it is today. So that you realise there were some bits that you didn't know that were actually sort of some of the basic foundation.
Yeah, that's it. And it was broken down into, like, was it 4 or 5 minute videos? It's just the very basics of reading the lines, doing the little small dents, because it was all broken down. You could like click on a lesson and watch it and then say, right, I'm going to practice this a little bit. Whereas obviously doing it on the 5-day course, all that information goes into your head and a lot of it comes out the other side, doesn't it? So whereas I could just keep going online, keep looking at what was going on. And if I was having little troubles back then, I could just sort of email you and ask.
Yeah, because that's often a kind of misconception, I think, with the online stuff is, or particularly the way that we do it here, is that support as well. So it's not just a library of videos, it's different kind of interaction. And the whole point is you can ask questions, it's encouraged, because it's a lot to learn, regardless how you do your training and where you do it. Just PDR in general is a lot to learn, a lot to take on, the theory of it. And then obviously it takes a long time putting it into practice and figuring it out as well. So yeah, interested in that side of it. As a big part of doing the short bite-sized chunks is that you can take some information, stop, go away and practice, come back, play the next one, or rewatch some of the previous ones. And then more recently, I believe you've done another in-class training, like in-person training over a bit more intensive, so like the 4-week training. Are you happy to tell us a little bit about the kind of experience with that, doing as opposed to the 5-day, doing like a full 4-week intensive course?
It was day and night, really, because it's the first 2 weeks, you don't even go near a car. You're literally just on a bonnet for the first 2 weeks. And there's lots of classroom-based stuff. So it's not just like, right, pinch or stretch and here's your tool, crack on with it. There's lots of learning. There's a little video demos and whatnot, and you're talking. So the theory that you learn was really, really good. And
that's good. I mean, just your comparison there straight away between the being able to space it out over 4 weeks rather than cram it into a shorter period of time. You said earlier that you were already working on cars by the afternoon on your first day, as opposed to it was nearly 2 weeks before you were on a car.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's just, it's different altogether. So you do a lot of theory, a lot of classroom work, because the theory is important as well. A lot of people think, oh, just give me some tools and I'll do it. But you need to understand the theory of it to know what it is you're trying to achieve, I think.
That's it. Yeah. So there's lots of like PowerPoint presentations, and then we had our own book, make lots of notes, draw little diagrams. They called it like, that's your Bible, that you learn what you learn, write it down in there, and even now sometimes I have a little read through it and flick through it, and which is really handy.
So in the second 2 weeks or the second half of that course, you're then working different methods, working on different parts of the car. If the first half is like classroom,
so then it was onto side panels. So it would be your sort of round dent, crease dents. Then we worked onto going onto doors, wings, access points, stripping and fitting. And then it was onto bodyline dents and learning bodyline dent theory, and then putting that into practice on different areas of the car.
What is that like, shadowing somebody in terms of the learning side of it for you?
It's really good. I'd say it's probably the best way of getting into it if you can do that, but it's kind of like a unicorn to find somebody that's actually going to want to train you and put their trust into you, because the reality is a lot of people, once they've learned, they could just go off and do their own thing, and that person's put so much time and effort into you. But it's also a little bit tricky because I learned lines initially, then learned fog, and now I kind of use a bit of both because the tech that I work with uses lines. So obviously, if I put my fog board in front of him, he's like, I can't see what you're looking at. So obviously, he shows me with the line. So I've got my fog board and I've got a line on it, a single white line, and I can use both. I do sometimes just pull out my little reflector board with just a line on it because I find it sometimes easier in certain situations where you try and use a fog board and then the wind hits it and it just goes and just moves out the way. Yeah.
The joys of working mobile and being outdoors.
That's right. Yeah. But it is really, really good. It's nice having someone there, and it's inspiring as well, because what would take me probably all day, if I had a list of dents to do, he'd probably do it in about an hour.
But you're still learning now currently, with trying to learn a little bit, shadowing off the tech, or at least you were when you first started?
Yeah, I still feel like an apprentice, but because they're obviously quite slow at doing stuff sometimes. Some of the real basic, like round dents in certain plates of the door, I've done probably thousands of them now, so I can just jump on them really quickly. But certain areas, probably like a confidence thing and just being a little bit hesitant. But it's only been 6 months doing it full time, so I think it would be I think it would be another year from now or so to really be. But I do go out by myself. Got my own van, so I'll go out and go to. It's pretty much I do all trade work, so I'll go to the garage, get a list of cars that need doing. And then all the trickier stuff, the other tech will come and sort of give me a hand with it, or he'll do the harder stuff and I'll go around and do the easier bits and bobs.
So just quickly, how do you feel when you stop and think to yourself, from where you were, you are now out there as a paid PDR technician doing dents full time and earning money? How does that make you feel?
Feel really good. But I'm also gutted that I took that year where I didn't do anything, because I'd be a year ahead of where I was now. But obviously, I don't have a time machine. I can't change that. But yeah, it does feel really good.
Yeah, well, that's hindsight. I think the last few years for most people have been a little bit weird, just in terms of COVID and economy and stuff like that. But it's always easy to look back and think, oh, if I could have done that differently, or done something. But the fact that 4 years ago or so, or 4 or 5 years ago when you first discovered PDR, and then maybe a year or two before going to the action of learning it, a few years on, the fact that you're out there still excited by it, still learning and earning money doing PDR, like I said before, I think that's truly great. And I remember that feeling when you first do your paid job, from when you're practicing to the first time you do a dent and get paid, albeit all those years ago. I still remember it, and I still remember that buzz, sort of driving off, cheering at myself just for being pleased that I was able to do it. So it's a really nice, I think that's hopefully quite inspiring for other people, other students, other people looking to get into it. And also for those that are learning, and it's difficult necessarily to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So sometimes when you're learning and training, as you touched upon earlier, you think, am I getting any better? Is it all worth it? And that's why it's nice chatting to you. It's because you are at the other end of it, and it is all worth it. You've come out the other side and doing really well. What would your advice be to somebody looking to get into PDR?
My advice, firstly, I'd ask them the question of what is your budget? And I'd say if you've got probably over 10 grand and are able to take a month off work, go and do a month's training, go and buy all the tools, do it that way. That would probably be the fastest way of doing it. But for the majority of people, that's not really realistic. So if their budget isn't that, I would say don't bother with a 5-day course. I would sort of join up LPO and learn on there.
I think that's probably most of my questions that I wanted to run through with the training. Now, obviously, you're still currently within the Learn PDR membership. So if some of the other students that are there, can they reach out to you, ask you for advice, chat a little bit more, either within the membership?
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, I'd be happy to help anybody wanting to get into it.
Super. Well, I'll put the links and stuff in the show notes below the episode. But I think it's just really interesting. It's one thing, me as a trainer or experienced PDR tech talking about it, but I think it's invaluable talking to a student, somebody that's gone through it recently that can really have a good kind of insight to it as well. So really appreciate your time, Tom, and your kind of opinions and
you're more than welcome.
Experience with it all. And ultimately, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing really well. And look forward to seeing how you progress. And well done with everything.
Cheers, Tom. No worries.
We'll wrap it up for now. Thank you, Tom. And we'll speak to you again soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.